Hello, it is episode 18 of the daily vlog. Um, I just got back yesterday from Oak City Comic Con. I did a couple videos for the 2-day show. When I get done, when I upload this, I'll make a playlist for my convention videos, but they're up. Just kind of highlights here and there as I went about my day. And just a couple takeaways. Well, first of all, the show was a decent show. You always go in looking to make money. I made a little bit. It's a local show, so that always helps with the money wise. And a couple things that I kind of noticed. I was having a conversation with someone who I had two conversations that kind of stood out along the same vein. That a girl came by and was talking to me, and I was just chatting and going back and forth, and she said, "Well, I'm gonna come back and see you tomorrow. You're really nice." And I was like, "Are most people not being nice?" And she said, "Well, nobody really wants to talk, just chat, whatever." And then I had another conversation with someone who was very kind of standoffish at their table, like they walking up to them, and I don't. On the one hand, I understand, it's very easy for an artist sitting on the other side of the table to get used to that, used to being on the other side of the table and having people come up to them, and the stress of, I've got a commission, I got to get this done, I got to get this done, whatever. But I kind of look at, Artist Alley and booths, these are all like little stores, right? So you have your tiny little store that a customer, potential customer, fan of your work, like, hey, I'm going to go check this stuff out. If you had a store and you walked in, but you were standoffish, that would be, it'd be bad business, first of all. Second of all, it's just, why would you do that? You set up in this, I don't get the sitting behind the table and not wanting to engage people that walk up to you and are looking at your work, and that should be the very first thing. And maybe it's as people get more successful and they don't feel the urge to get the money, right? Like, I need to pay for this table, I need to pay for this. And as you get more successful, if things are comped by the show, or if you're going to make that back, and so you don't, maybe some people don't have that urgency, like, I need, my end goal is I have to pay for things. To do that, I have to be friendly with people, and then maybe once they get the money, they stop being so friendly. Maybe that's it, I don't know. But it's just if you do a show, just chat with people and talk to people. It's not necessarily all about selling stuff in that moment. Yes, it's a business, but rude, semi-rude behavior is bad business, and it's bad manners. Just don't do that. The other thing that I had a really great conversation with a former editor of mine. I'd been sending some emails to people and not hearing back, and I was getting a little frustrated. And he's freelance now, and he's not an editor anymore. He's been home for a while working, and he made a really good point that I realized I was doing something, that when you're at home and you send out emails to editors and people and they don't respond, editors especially, they are getting your emails and they are making a note of it, but editors a lot of times are putting out a lot of fires. So if you're doing your job and you're not a problem, and you're not on fire, they've got emergencies they're trying to, comic book emergencies they're trying to juggle, and so but the thing that he mentioned to me that he said he started doing too, he noticed, was you start living in your head and making up little narratives about, why hasn't this person emailed me back, why hasn't, because you don't hear anything, you start making up little stories. And it doesn't help that I'm here by myself most of the time, and you are always kind of thinking about you, and you just have to know that they've got a lot on their plate. You need to, and I need to remember that. The other thing is, editors, if you've worked with editors and working with a company, they do want to hear from you. But they get, a lot of emails and a lot of things on their plate. And like I said, their stress is putting out the fires. And if they get 75 emails, in an afternoon, and yours is just the checking in one, they make a note of it. Oh yeah. Oh, well, here's an emergency and do this. So one of the other editors just, be persistent and keep emailing. They want you to keep emailing them and let them know, what's going on, is there anything kind of things you'd like to be doing that you're not doing now with us, whatever. So I guess the big takeaway of that is, and I've been guilty of this, is just don't make up stories in your head about why people aren't getting back to you. Follow up. Be persistent but not rude. Don't email someone every day. Obviously, that would be there's definitely a balance. But I tend to balance on the my extreme isn't emailing too much. Mine is the other way. So just be kind of aware of that. The two big takeaways for me were, one, if you have a table, act like a human being. Be friendly. Seriously. Just, I don't know. The other thing is, don't live in your head, and just keep plugging away and doing your thing. So anyway, speaking of which, I've got to wrap up G.I. Joe 240, kicking that into high gear. I've also got the South Carolina Comic-Con this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. So if you didn't make North Carolina, drive down to Greenville and be there for the South Carolina Comic-Con. And stop by and chat. I'll be friendly. And if you'd like to buy something, that would be great. All right, I'm out. We'll see you tomorrow.